Okay, guys, we are back on Seattle Sanctuary. Looks like Crow and Corey are chit-chatting. Lots of stuff going on today on the server. Um, as you have guessed, this is Worm Unlimited, and we're playing Worm Unlimited, and this is the Ironman Saga. What are you? An aged ram. Uh, you're my target. I don't have any, um, cotton on me, but so I did figure out what's going on with the tracker. Let's see if oh, no, it's saved per account. So basically what happened was I didn't save it. Um, so it's going to keep resetting itself until I actually do save it. I think he's hitting me more than I'm hitting him. This might not be a good thing. Whoo-wee. Let's go ahead and get the skill window open. And we'll open the skills. Okay, so we've got pole arms that's going. Should have fighting going as well. Where did fighting go? Right there. Oh yeah, there we go. Aggressive fighting. Actually, we'll go ahead and leave that open for a minute. Pole arms, staff. So we are getting better with the skills, but yeah, this dude is tearing me up. Something fierce. Alright, so that is going to be a failed combat. Before I completely die off, we'll give him a quick second, because we may have just acquired a better position, but we get too much lower. We're at 35 right now, and he's roughly 50. We'll see if that new position helps anything. But this is a little bit of what I was talking about yesterday. It is not the whole thing. We're down to a quarter health. And of course, it doesn't tell me his. All right, I think that's going to be... Yeah, we're down to 20. Yep, you proved your point, dude. We're shooting off this way. No, no, no. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. You proved your point. Okay, so we're going to open our inventory. Actually, we're not opening the inventory. We're opening the character window. We're going to come up this way. Let's see. We have 9.7 damage on this so far. We're going to come over here. We're going to get some cotton to heal up. Part of the reason that I participate in the combat, not PvP, mind you, just regular combat. What in the... Did we not... Okay, there. Is to not only build up combat skills, but also to purposely get hurt so that I can work up my healing skills as well. 10 should be plenty enough. We're going to open this, we're supposed to drop the clay. Oh, actually, we can drop the clay back in here. No big deal. And combine that. We're not going anywhere just yet. We're going to attempt. Ooh wee, that's a lot of wounds. All right, let's go for first aid. Yeah, so I'm trying to get my weapon skills up. I'm trying to get my combat skills up. I'm trying to get my defense up, my aggressive fighting up, and I'm trying to get wounded so that I can get my healing skills up. All of it is going to be helpful. And, you know, in a lot of games, I actually take on the defensive stance more so. Because I'm a firm believer in a strong or a good offense is a strong defense. So I try desperately to make sure my defensive skills are high. Worm is one of the only games that I've actually gone with that I didn't worry too much about defense. I've gone pretty much a straight aggressive offensive stance. But left hand wounds, first aid, try them again. Okay. We're just going to try to heal up a bunch of stuff. Got to watch our cotton. Yeah, that ram kind of took us for a loop, huh? And I know, as soon as Biddy watches this, she's gonna, she's probably gonna want to swing a frying pan at me, right off the get-go. You know, start the video off, and the first thing we do is combat right in front of you. Yeah, that's sometimes that's how I roll, because you know, to me, it's just a game. I'm not worried. Obviously, we don't have a tent. If we die, the only place we can spawn back in is North Point. That is halfway across the map. So I'm taking a lot of risks doing all this stuff, but I don't. It doesn't bother me. Um, you know, worst case scenario, we die, we end up in North Point, and you know that's kind of it for that video, and I'll just work my way back down here. I'll keep recording, but I'll edit it up so that literally if nothing happens except I make it back to Ironman area, then there's nothing to show you. Combat's over. We end up in North Point. Video done. But you know, if I run into something on the way, or have to run away from something, or you know, whatever, I'm gonna leave that in. Well, I say run away, but some of you know one of my biggest gripes about Worm is the fact that you cannot sprint. You have no speed control other than the type of terrain or paving that you're going across. We're about 50% healed now. Let's see. Okay, 48. Let's try doing some of the torso here. Ooh wee. Some nasty, nasty, nasty wounds on the torso. Yeah, that guy, that ram kind of got us pretty heavy. But that just goes to show, you know, that ram's a lot smaller than Bessie, and we were able to handle Bessie just fine. So don't judge the creatures you're going against based on their size. A sheep A female, much easier. The males, um, they have horns. They're more aggressive. I mean, they're passive creatures, but if you start fighting them, they become more aggressive. And they'll knock the snot out of you. I'm actually hoping that Biddy doesn't watch this for a few hours. I'm going to go ahead and post it right away once it's done. But I'm hoping she doesn't get a chance to watch it for a few hours. That way I have a chance to jump back online and be in the chats when she does watch it. I was actually literally listening to today's video from her while I was working on my other character. And I made, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of planks using the starter gear saw, and finally broke the saw. So I went into the mine and I was starting to mine down there because, I need iron. I need my mining skill to be up, first of all, but I need iron to be able to make new tools. And, while I was listening to her video, I was tabbing back and forth between what I was doing in the mine and what Obity Gaming was doing in her video. And guys, she finally got a rowboat out in the water, and she was having a blast. But at the same time, in real life, she's baking 4 different pies for some neighborhood group function thing. Okay, that one's already bandaged, so we'll do first aid on this one. And then we will run off, and I'll show you what I was talking about. Okay, that's it. As far as we can do. So that one is already bandaged. It's just a bruise, but we can't do anything about it. So we're going to go ahead and close this. We've still got over half of the amount of cotton that we had before. So what we're going to do, remember I said that I was going to show you how to increase your combat skills. Well, first of all, you see how, well, let's close this. And for just a second, we're going to close the skill tracker. Do you see how foggy this is? I mean, the mine's right over there. Do you see it? Do you even see the mountainside? I can barely see this horse over here. And some of you didn't even know there was a horse there until I highlighted it. But we're still going to move forward. We're gonna keep pushing on. We just got to watch out for fog spiders. And I'm thinking if there was one on the deed that the Spirit Templar, which I didn't see till just a second ago, would have already freaked out on it. Anyway, she got her boat in the water. And at the same time, she's working on some pies for some neighborhood thing. And in her video, she was talking about... let's go back to this guy. She was talking about doing, I think it was casseroles or something in the game, and I was giving her garbage about... Wait a minute. Oh, duh. Okay, to start with, activate your weapon. I could have... Oh, maybe it's not any weapon. It's got to be specific bladed weapons. So never mind. But, okay, if you have a sword, you can use that against a tree. And you can work up your sword skill and your some of your combat skills and all that stuff. It's a cheater's... Well, not really a cheater's, but it's a cheap way of being able to work up some combat. So what we're going to do instead... we don't want to mess with Bambi right now. Where's Bessie? We need some more beef meat anyway. Alrighty, Bessie. Well, actually, we don't want to mess with that one because it's uphill. Now she's moved downhill. Wait, let's go finish off that ram. See if we can find him. Should be over here by the mine if we can find the mine. But we don't want to go too far out without checking the area because remember, this border ends the deed. So we really got to be cautious out here to avoid fog spiders. Fog spiders are not very nice. They are grumpy old critters. I don't see that ram. Did he go in the cave? Oh, I don't see him in here. I'm just thinking he's a lot closer to death than we are now, so, and now we actually have cotton. You guys see a ram anywhere? Yeah, I'm not messing with you either. Well, doggone, did he just disappear? It is so difficult to see out here in these conditions. He's not in the water. Sorry, the dogs are going off. Give me just a second, guys. Alright, sorry about that. I will edit that segment out. It has been a little bit, but yeah, the dogs were going off because somebody knocked on the door. And nobody could get them to stop, and unfortunately they only kind of listen to me. So I think we lost the ram. I don't see it. I have no idea where it went. I don't see it out in the water or anything. There's Bessie's up there. Oh, there he is. Wounded ram right there. Well, if we can get above him, we might be all right. Oh, mouse glitch. All right, we're going to shoot over here. And hopefully there's no fog spiders here, but we're going to see if we can... Really? You stayed over there? Doggone it. Let's try this again. I don't want to be on this hill when we're fighting him, because this one's pretty doggone steep. And I got to leave my climb on the entire time. So we'll run out of stamina really fast. And that is a long way up still. Come on. You silly goat. I know he's hitting me because I can see my health going down. Okay. Maybe now he'll follow? Nope, he's not going to follow, so we're stuck not fighting him for now, I guess. That's all right. We'll go find a Bessie. We know we can take those on. I just thought maybe we could take this guy out since he was quite a ways down on health. But yeah, that didn't happen. I know we're not gaining any stamina back just yet. But if I take my climb off up here, then we end up possibly in trouble. There we go. And now he's walking that way. You sorry sucker. All right. And part of the reason that we're doing combat is because I don't want to be stuck in the cave today. And it's dark out, so there's not a lot that we can do otherwise. I mean, combat's not really the greatest at night either, but try to get some of this stuff healed up. Try to bandage, but fail. Wow. Failing first aid quite a bit. But the good news is it's actually helping by failing because it's the skill itself is going up. And if you get in the habit of carrying cotton or farmer's salve with you, and anytime you go into combat, you open up your character window and start healing your wounds, your skills will keep going up throughout. And pretty soon, I mean, you're going to be top end with skills on that as well. So you won't have too many failures. And these timers will go down the higher your skill goes up. So depending on the wound, it won't take as much time anyway. Bandage that one. Bandage that one. Failed that one. Let's see what else we get. Failed that one. Bandage that one. Bandage that one. Let's see where we're at. Okay, we've got one that's left. There we go. That one's done. Ow. Oh, no target. First aid. And it's only going to make an attempt on each one once, but it's also dependent on how much mind logic you have to determine how many actions you get. So both of those are bandaged. There's nothing else we can do. There's no head wound, so that's always good. All right, let's go find us a bussy. Where we at? We should probably grab some more cotton too. But yeah, I was planning on showing you guys a bit of tree combat, using it as a training dummy, but that didn't happen. We don't have our wimp plants just yet, but we can probably grab a rake and maybe tend our fields if they need them. And we will grab some more cotton. Matter of fact, let's grab the shovel. We'll grab the rake. We don't need the flint and steel. That should have remained in the doodad, the cave, but that's okay. You know what? We'll grab some the spindle as well. Maybe we'll spin a yarn. Open. Yeah, we've got cotton. So okay. So what we want to do? Let's double check. Okay, we do not have any seeds. So we're going to take this, and we're going to say, give me 50 of them. We'll leave those in there for seeds for now. We're going to take 10 of these, combine those, and then we're going to activate this and take 10 of those and combine those so that we've got extra cotton to work with. Now we're going to take this and all the rest of them and combine those. Then we can open this up. We can put, hey Amorph, put the spindle in there, and we can take this larger lump of cotton and we can throw that in there. We get strings of cloth. Okay. We're going to need cloth to be able to make squares of cloth. So we go, that's clothes. We're not worried about clothes just yet. Square piece of cloth right here. We need a floor loom and a string of cloth. For the military tent, uh, 13 squares of cloth. So we don't even have the loom built yet, but we know we're going to need it. Now, I don't know if this is in here or not. It is. The pavilion is the largest, I believe. Let me double check on that real quick. There we go. Okay, let's look up pavilion. It says a pleasant open air tent designed for various kinds of gatherings. Upon starting, the pavilion will appear on the ground but may be picked up. It may be continued in the inventory or while on the ground. Once complete, it will be placed on the floor but may be picked up again. Failing to attach will damage the additional material. Whatever. Pavilions do not have an owner in the same manner as other tents, so may be picked up by anyone as any other item. They cannot be moved, only picked up. However, a corner will be positioned directly opposite the direction you're facing, with the straight sides of your to your left and right. You cannot repair but can mend pavilions. Pavilions can be placed on deeds or pavilions can be placed on deeds or on perimeters, but cannot be secured. Unlike tents, pavilions cannot be used as a spawn point, temporary storage, or as a hitching post for one animal. These cannot be dyed or painted, but you can attach a color rune. We're not working with runes right now. We don't certainly don't want a spot that we can't respawn at. So we're definitely going to want the military tent or the explorer's tent. We're aiming for the military tent because it says military tent can be used by players as a spawn point, as a temporary storage, and as a hitching post for one animal. To place the tent, right-click your inventory and select drop. You will need at least a 2x2 area that is free of any items for placement. You can lockpick and pick up other players' tents on PvP servers. Pick up other players' tents on PvE servers when they're unlocked. They come pre-locked upon completion, however, can be locked with a small or large padlock. You can use it as a container that holds 100 items. You can place them in mines, and you can place them on a deed you are a citizen of. The explorer's or the starter tent you cannot. I'm not sure about the explorer's tent. We'll look at that next. You cannot dye tents. You cannot load them onto vehicles using the load ability, or mend or repair tents. You cannot drop them on someone else's deed or perimeter. Doing so will result in one of the following messages. You are currently inside the settlement of, and then the settlement name. You may not drop your tent in someone else's village or perimeter. Or, you are currently within the perimeter of said settlement name. You cannot drop your tent in someone else's village or perimeter. You cannot drop them on a tile below sea level, which will result in the error message, the ground is too wet to drop your tent there. You need to drop it on higher ground. And you cannot drop them in a rift, which will result in the message saying the influence of the influence of the rift prevents you from pitching your tent there. I think they could have had better verbiage, but that's okay. You can, however, give tents to other players. What you need to do is take your tent lock off by right-clicking the tent, removing the lock, and then trade the tent to another player. That player adds their own lock. The tent now belongs to them. But newbie tents cannot be traded. Okay? To use it as a respawn point on PvP servers, it must be placed in your kingdom's area of influence. On PvE servers, the tent will work as a respawn point from anywhere that it is placed on the ground. So what this means is on, for instance, Seattle Sanctuary, which is PvE, you can drop that tent anywhere, except inside the PvP arena. Outside is perfectly fine, but inside the arena you can't drop your tent, which there isn't supposed to be any tents inside it anyway. Um, by dropping it outside or anywhere else on the map, you can use it as a respawn point. On um, if we were a PvP server, you would have to have the tent set up within your kingdom's area of influence. Remember, there's different kingdoms that all influence a PvP server. It's not just one. On a PvE server, it's just freedom. On a PvP server, you can set up your own kingdoms. Um, I don't know a whole lot about that, but as far as I understand, there's like 4 different kingdoms that you start with, or what have you. I think they're based on the gods, but I'm not sure. Um, but either way, you would have to have your tent within that kingdom's area of influence. So probably just outside one of the city zones, or um, a deed that's part of that kingdom, something along those lines. When you finish building it, the tent will drop on the ground. You have or you can have different textures if created in different PvP kingdoms. Only the final piece must be attached while on Chaos for it to be created of that kingdom's template. Okay? So let's see what's different with the Explorers. Okay, this is the one that looks just like the newbie tent. Um, it says that you can place your tent on a deed that you were a citizen of. But I'm guessing it literally doesn't look like there's much different at all. Yeah, I don't see much difference in what you can and can't do with the Explorer tent versus the military tent, other than the looks. Let's see, starter tent. Yeah, even the starter tent says you can place these on a deed that you're a citizen of, but I've never gotten it to work for me. It always tells me that it can't be placed there. So anyway, enough of that nonsense. We're almost fully healed now. We're at 97. Gonna need to get some water here pretty quick. We're not going to spend all day worrying about strings of cloth. I just wanted to get a few of them done. Let's see. I'm curious. I think I need concrete. Need lye and mortar is made with sand and clay. Lye is made with water and ash. So let me switch back over here real quick. So we need a container that can hold at least 1 kilogram of water to make the lye. The problem is, I think all we end up getting is salt water from out there. Okay. Let's do this. Since we need a container anyway, let's grab 5 clay. We're going to switch things up just a little bit. Oops, we need to drop that in here. We need our hand. Put the clay in here. We're going to make a pottery jar. Just making sure. Yep. We'll make a couple of them. We should also make a couple more bowls, right? So we can get the bowls set up. Hope we get a second one out of this. We did. All right, let's make the bowls. We want 3 bowls. So why do we want 2 jars? One of them is going to hold our water. Okay? So we're going to put our water in this one. Well, when we make the lye, it's going to be probably liquid as well. So we need a second container to be able to hold that. We got 2 bowls. It's, oh, all right. Tell me you guys don't have enough? I said create it. Failure. Failure again. Ooh. Apparently they don't like us today. There we go. We'll cancel those 2 out. So we've got 3 more bowls. We've got 2 jars. We'll go ahead and fire those off. We need I don't know why this rock is in there, but whatever. Or the stone brick. Okay, so we can take... Yeah, we can throw this one back in there. We don't need it for the moment. Should probably make some more kindling real quick. I think that's pretty much it for the bulk storage. We can put the clay back in there, I guess. Yeah, okay. So now come over here. We're going to open this guy up. We're going to drop the cottons in there. We're going to drop the spindle in there because we don't need it. We're going to drop the strings of cloth in there. Take the carving knife. And it's going to be a lot easier if I just do this. Actually, it's going to be even easier if I do this. We'll get some kindling so that we can take it in there, and then we're going to need the flint and steel. We'll take that guy. And we're not going to need the shovel, so we'll leave him there. So every time we light a fire, we need kindling. Every time. And we've got to watch the damage on the flint and steel. Make sure it doesn't damage out on us. And it needs whetstone. A stone chisel and rock shards is what we need to be able to improve it. Okay, we've got some kindling now, so all right, we're going to drop the rest of these wood scraps in here. So we've got a few wood scraps that we can use. And we can open. We can drop carving knife in there. I remember saying something yesterday about needing the carving knife, or that we could use the carving knife, something along those lines, in the cave, but I don't remember what it was, so that's okay. All right, let's close that out. We're going to close our crafting window. We're going to run over here real quick and see how these are looking. Let's tend our fields. We don't have a lot of fields right now, but we want to make sure they stay tended and weed free. So I do apologize with the interruption earlier. That has put a kink in my plans. Time-wise, I'm already running a little bit behind. So, my intention, and I know that I mentioned it earlier, that I was hoping that Biddy wasn't going to watch this until after I got a chance to get back online. Well, it seems that that's actually what's going to end up happening, because now I've got to get where I got to go, and then I can set my tower up, and do the compilation, do my editing, all that stuff, and then upload it. So it's going to be later tonight by the time you guys see this. So I do apologize. This was recorded about well, it's 2:20 right now, and at this point it's been going 53 minutes. So I don't know how much I have to cut out. So you're right around what's that, 1:30 is when I started ish, somewhere in there. But it's probably going to be later tonight before I actually get it out. So I do apologize. The intention was to get it uploaded and be on my way with other stuff before too long, so that way it was posted and ready to go. But all right, let's put the rake in there and go light a fire or two. Probably two. Oh, I need a log. I need a log. Do we have logs in here? We do not. We need 2 logs, actually. Open logs. We're going to take 2 and call the doctor in the morning. Okay, we're going to move slow. Not super slow, but still slow enough. So we're going to go down here to the water, take a drink, and shoot off to the mine. All right. 7.58. We'll kill the inventory for a second. 9.13. See, I'm not worried about swimming through here because there's no sharks in shallow water. And certainly no sea monsters, Crow. So no point in visiting my deed, buddy. And Stig is on. Stig's one of our newer players, but is also pretty experienced in the game. And then Marigold showed up yesterday, I believe it was, and she's got quite a bit of experience in the game. So we're getting a lot of experienced players, guys. So if you've never played this game before, I encourage you to download a copy and let's combine this nonsense first, so that we don't have that issue. Download a copy and come on over to Seattle Sanctuary and know that you're in good hands with some players that have a decent amount of experience. You're not going to be led astray. Burn that log. We're going to open it up. We're going to examine 52 minutes. That should be plenty enough. We're going to put our clay bowls in there. We're going to put our clay jars in there. And that's all we're worried about over there. Now, flint and steel. We are going to light this one. And our pottery bowls are already in there. Okay, and we're going to activate that. We're going to burn that log. Examine. 51 minutes on that one. So not entirely great, but okay. Now we're going to open this. Uh, well, we knew there was a possibility. Yep. We lost our casseroles. They decayed out. So that's to be expected. That's all right. So we've got pottery bowls going there. We forgot to grab the ash. So we're going to shoot back over here real quick. And today, we're going to attempt to make lye. I can't guarantee it's going to work, but we're going to attempt. Might need to have fresh water. And if that's the case, then it will be, well, it'll end up being something that we've got to do on the next video or something. But not there. Open. What did I say? Lye and sand? Yeah, we've got sand right there. Clay and sand? No, that clay and sand is mortar. Yeah, yeah, clay and sand. Okay, so if we take, let's take 5 of these, and let's take 5 of these, and let's open this up, and we'll put these in, and we'll put these in, and it says we can make mortar. Let's see if we can make some mortar. We've got a 36% chance, but that would be, you know, the first half of it. So far, not really having the greatest of luck, but we'll keep trying for just a second. And it looks like it is off the masonry skill, but it's giving us mind logic. I like mind logic. Mind logic means that we get more actions. It's right there. How many actions you can queue up depends on your mind logic. And it also, the higher it gets, it allows you to command more vessels. Now, body control is what you need for riding horses and such. But mind logic is what you need for like sailboats and captaining the Nar and so forth. We've got 1 so far out of 15 attempts. Make that 16. We've got 2 so far. Okay, let's do this, because I think what's happening is it's not the clay, or the sand, I'm sorry. It's the clay right there. Those 2 right there are having issues. So we're going to grab those, combine all that stuff. Now it's just 1 pile of each. And we're likely going to end up going through more clay than sand. We got 3. We got 4. Let's try to get 1 more. Come on. You can do it. There we go. We've got 5, so we're going to dump these back in here for now. So we're not carrying that extra weight. Okay, we're going to... Where is... There's our ash. Okay, let's take... let's see how many 5 gives us. Hardly any. So we'll just take all of them for now. Just in case. Okay, we don't want the crafting window. We want open this up. Oh, okay. So let's do canine meat today. Six of those, and you guessed it, 6 strawberries and 6 pumpkins. And we are definitely going to have to get out here and start planting again. For sure. Alright. Back to the mine. I know, there's a whole lot of back and forth, guys. At some point, I am going to finish up... Stop. At some point, I'm going to finish up this area here. This area here, excuse me. And we're going to build some sort of a little hovel. And then the food storage bin and the bulk storage bins are going to be moved over. So we're going to have to build new ones. Go grab the stuff, bring it over. It's going to take multiple trips. So I may end up doing that part off camera, moving the stuff. Because there's 0 skill gain in moving any of this stuff. But before I do anything else, anything that's going to cause skill gain whatsoever, I'll make sure that I'm recording. That's not for a little bit yet. Because we still have to get... Let's go up here so you can see. So the road is fine. We still have to finish this segment up so we've got good access to the mine. But this area here needs to be leveled out first so that we can have a spot to build on. If we can make the concrete... Oh, I don't have my shovel with me, but we're going to be dumping some... Come on. Basically in this corner here. I don't know why it's not showing up. And we're going to be dumping some in this corner over here to try to bring this ground up some. And if that works, we'll worry about getting some more concrete so we can bring all of this up to where it's above a -8. It's got to be -7 or above. So anywhere from 0, which is dead at the top of the water, to a -7 is fine. Anything further down than that is too deep for the cart to come in and out. Okay, let's get that in there. And the strawberries. And the pumpkins. Okay, everything's in there. We're going to let that cook for a minute while we go over here and check on this one. open. We do have pottery bowls. Okay, so we can take these pottery bowls and we can preset them up with these ones. So that they can go in when the others come out. And honestly, I mean, we could put them in now, but then when everything's done cooking, we would have 6 meals to eat all at once, and I'm not sure we could eat that many. All right, let's just double check. Okay, everything's ready to go with those, so we can close that out. Now, we have 2 pottery jars. Ooh. We are going to activate a pottery jar. And yeah, we don't need anything else there. Fill it up. It does say water. Let's taste that water. The water tastes royal, noble, and utterly delicious. But if we do it here, it says it tastes fresh. I wonder if it alters it by putting it in a pottery jar so that it's usable for cooking. I don't know. All right, so we're going to activate the water. Right-click the ash. Create, alchemy, lye. It's letting us create it. You know what? Let's open this up. We're going to put ash in there. Drop that down. Oh, it transposed it. So you got to do it one at a time, I guess. Interesting. Okay. Well, that does change things, doesn't it? There's a 19% chance. Combine those. Does the lye have to be in? Yes, it does. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So let's fill that one. Guys, I'm literally just experimenting here, so don't shoot the messenger. I think we can combine the ash too. Yes, we can. Okay. We might need a bigger container. Hang on, let me see. Concrete. Concrete requires 1.5 kilograms. And these only contain 1. So, we can't do a whole lot with that as it is. Wait, 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 wait. Open. I don't know. Nope. I was thinking maybe I can put it in it, but apparently we need a larger liquid container, which would be probably a small barrel. Okay, let's open this, and we're going to take out our casseroles. Actually, let's just, no, let's not do that. Let's pull the casseroles first. And then we can take these ones and put them in there, and take these three. You know what, let's just leave those in. Why not? Let's pull out one. I only wanted one. I want one. Thank you. Can we put... Ooh, the pottery bowl is larger. Okay, so let's try something here. Let's go ahead and eat our casseroles. We'll start there. I'm kind of excited, guys. I'm kind of excited. And I know that by the time this comes out, and we get to this point in the video, Biddy's going to be excited because she's been wanting to know if you can use concrete to fix cave entrances as well. And from the research I've done, you can. Actually, let's go ahead and pull this other one too. Close that. Fill those. Oops. Okay, we want this water, which is 9. Ooh-wee. And it's not going to actually do it until it's done eating, but we've got it queued up. The suspense is probably killing her. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to, actually, can we? I don't think we can, but yeah, that would be destroyed. So that's okay. That's okay. Because since the pottery bowls are larger, if we can make a couple concretes, we can pull this one into that one and go from there. I don't know what's happening, but it says it's still eating. Oh, there it goes. We made lye with that one. Oh, we've only got one ash left. Oh, that's all right. Actually, you know what? Let's put this. Ooh. Oh, to heck with it. Let's see what happens. We may be able to actually get it. Let's see what happens here. It created lye as well. Okay, so now we're going to take the lye and we're going to take the mortar. And it says we got a 19% chance. So cross your fingers. We're going to see what happens here. Remember, we still have food that's cooking. So regardless of the outcome, at this point, I'm going to have to stop the video here pretty quick. We have one concrete. 6.4, and we can actually bring that one down here now. So now we have an empty pottery bowl. We have no ash, but I'm not super concerned with the ash. What I want is the concrete. Okay, if you fail, you lose 0.05 of the lye. So we're at 5.25 and 4.0 on the clay, or the mortar. So we lose 0.05 on the lye, and we lose 0.3 clay every time we fail. We've got 3 so far, and we have to expect to fail quite a bit because it's only a 19% chance. Just hoping we don't run out of clay too soon. But even if we do, we've got 3 that we can experiment with. Let's just see what we get here by the time we run out of clay. I think that's going to be the first one to go. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee it. .7. Too low, so we've only got 4 that we can work with. All right. Well, let's find out. We're going to go down in this corner. Okay, Biddy, are you watching? Let's find out what happens when we drop one on the ground. Ready? 3, 2, 1. You drop a concrete. Interesting. Take. Oh, hey, there's an option to raise corner. Let's try that one. I don't know if it actually... Oh, there we go. It did bring it up. Watch, I'm using all 3, so watch what happens here. You get a little bump. And you get another little bump. And you get another little bump. That's all the concrete we've got, but I mean, you can actually see the cave floor has, in fact, raised. So guys, there you go. Concrete is definitely the way to go if you have messed up like I have. I seem to be doing a lot of that. Um, but if you started your mine too close to the doggone water level here, and what I should have done was instead of starting it on this tile, I should have started at this tile, but I didn't do that. So if you did, make yourself some concrete and fix your floor. There you have it. That's I think I think that in and of itself is deserving of some canine casserole. Not that I would actually eat that myself. Um, but it is still a sight better than what Old Bitty Gaming was making earlier in her insect spider casserole pie. No, don't drop it, eat it. Um, that she was being for. Apparently, um, she was on her deed, working around her mine or something along those lines, or working in the woods just outside or whatever. And there was a spider near her mine. She didn't realize it until after she got back on deed and the guard took off after it. Well, I still didn't catch whether or not she had assisted the guard or just let the guard take care of it or whatever. But anyway, she ended up with the meat from it. So she decided to use, what was it? Um, Cabbage, pumpkin, um carrots, strawberries, and I think something else um, combined with it to make insect meat casserole stuff. And yeah, definitely not the type of dish I'm wanting to consume myself. Um, but I was giving her grief about because, like I said, she was making pies for a neighbor for some sort of neighborhood event or something. Um, and I told her not to forget the cabbage and the uh, strawberries and so forth. Uh, and just, I mean, that is how the banter between the two of us goes. That's actually how the banter goes for a lot of people on this server. We're all very fun loving and just wanting to enjoy the game, wanting to enjoy each other's company. And I'm really, really, anyone that plays on my server, if you watch these videos, please take note. I am very thrilled with how this community has turned out. I am very happy with the community that's on this server. I have no issues whatsoever. Okay, um, this has definitely exceeded all of my expectations. You all have exceeded my expectations. I expected there to at least be one or two toxic people that come on that I'd have to deal with, and I have yet to have to do that. Granted, I know this server's still new, and there's always that possibility down the road. Um, Somebody asked me earlier about whether or not, and believe me, I remember who it is. I'm just not going to throw it out there. Um, but somebody asked me on the server earlier when I was playing if I planned on having this server around for a few years. The answer to that is yes. I'm not planning on shutting it down anytime soon. I'm hoping that a decade from now, when people jump into the game, it ends up like some of these other servers that have been around for several years, and people are like, "Oh yeah, I played on that server for a while. Good people over there." You know, that's what I'm hoping for. Um, that regardless of which server they jump on, that the community on that server knows about this server. Right now, we're a no name. We're number 18 on the list. So that reminds me, if you want to help us out, The best way right now, other than coming on and playing and having some fun, which we fully encourage as well. But the best way to help our server out is to go to worm-unlimited.com, search for Seattle. You'll find Seattle Sanctuary in the list. We've got our own banner and the whole bit. Click on the banner. Go to our server page, and towards the top is a green button that says Vote. It's going to ask you to log into your Steam account. It tells me to log in every single time, and you're limited to one vote a day. So go on, give us a vote. We're trying to accumulate as many as we can to get higher on the list so that we get noticed a bit more frequently. We have nearly 100% constant uptime. And I say nearly because I did server backups the other night, and for whatever reason there was a glitch in the matrix, and it refused to allow me to uh, start the server back up. I fought and fought and fought with it for hours, and then all of a sudden it just decided, okay, yeah, I'm ready to start again. So that was the only reason it was down for several hours. But the entire time I was fighting with it, trying to get it back up and going through, um, server files and going through my settings over on Ping Perfect and making sure I didn't mess something there up. And I mean, it was just a nightmare trying to figure out what the issue really was. So um, that's all solved. So before that, we did have a 100% uptime. Normally, that is the case. The only time the server comes down is for server maintenance each night, and that's maybe 10 minutes for the most part. It will be coming down um, probably sometime during the day on Sunday. I'm thinking probably about 8 o'clock in the morning for about an hour or so. And that's specifically to do deep maintenance, um, in which time I'm going to utilize that time to try to get some of the mods that I've been looking at configured and possibly getting those in. I don't know yet. I haven't figured out any, but it's that time is dedicated specifically for deep maintenance that does backing up the player database, backing up the map database, backing up all of the items in the game. Basically going through effectively with a fine tooth, grooming brush, and making sure that everything is where it's supposed to be and acting the way it's supposed to be, and um, taking account of every little thing. So if you have a bugged out piece of string in your bulk storage bin that is not acting right, um, please let me know about it before then so I can get it fixed. Otherwise, after the maintenance is done, it's going to be stuck there, and I'm not going to have any choice but to destroy probably the bulk storage bin. And I say this because that was an issue that Old Biddy Gaming was having earlier in her recording. There is a stuck piece of string. It's zero weight. It's just there, and it will not. It's the only thing in there, and it will not let her pick up the bulk storage bin or whatever. So she's going to use her GM character to go in and take care of the string so that she can pick the bin back up. Anything that's bugged like that, I need to know about so that we can get it dealt with. So look over everything in every one of your bins, look over your inventory. Anything with a 0.00 weight shouldn't be there. It doesn't happen that often. It's actually a pretty rare bug. Um, I've done a little bit of research into it myself, um, because I had the same issue happen on my last server, but only the once. I deleted the item, never had the issue again, and my server ran for quite a while. Of course, I was pretty much the only person on there. There was one other person, but we didn't talk, and I think we were just two different parts of the world, so we never saw each other. I honestly didn't even go and check to see where this person's deed was. I didn't care. But that said, that's what's happening most likely about 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Server will be down for about an hour, and this is Pacific time, guys. Um, and I'm choosing Sunday. I know it's Christmas Eve, but I'm choosing Sunday because Biddy doesn't do any videos on Sunday, and I'm off on Sunday, which means I have time to do it. So that's what's going on. As soon as I'm done with it, the server will be back up and running. No issues. Hopefully, no issues. Cross your fingers. Um, but if you do come onto the server, say hi to everybody. Give a shout out to all of the regulars, and let me know you stopped by. Um, we would love to have you on here. That's going to be it for me today. Remember, I've got church tomorrow, so I will not be doing videos tomorrow. Server maintenance Sunday morning, and then probably another uh, server news video at least Sunday afternoon, Sunday night-ish. Um, Monday most likely will not be a video from me. I cannot guarantee I'm going to be able to get one out, but Monday is Christmas and that is family day, so we'll see what happens. But that's it for this video, so thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.